brothers on the microphone. You already know what the time is. I handle my biz. It ain't no sleeping on the job. Open up your eyelids. We back working on the craft, doing what we do best. Full court running the press. A couple of vets. By request, it's just two black brothers discussing everything under the sun. Victorious run, rushing for the touchdown. 2-point conversion. We not kicking. We philosophizing with pole politicking. The DJ, period, point blank. The choice ain't too difficult, but we do what the mother folks can't. In the paint, we going hard, cause we gotta be. Draft pick, lottery flow, sacred geometry. That's right, the people do so much talking. They close their mouth when they hear grown-ups talking. I showed up often doing more of the work. It's 4 eyes, now who you with? Well, spoiler alert, it's just two black brothers on the microphone. Get live for the interview. It's just two black brothers on the microphone. They might teach you a thing or two. It's just two black brothers on the microphone. Tell them if your baby mom asks. It's just two black brothers on the microphone with a motherfucking podcast.
Welcome to the Just Two Black Brothers podcast. I'm DJ Pierre. That's my brother Pole Politicking, and we are joined by the homie Steadyroc. What's going on, sir?
Chilling, man. Yeah, in the building. You know, definitely a pleasure to be here. Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah, you're coming in real good.
That's what it is. Yeah, you know, I'm like grinding, man, trying to get this no joke going, you know what I mean? And that single rocking and getting it out to the world, man, and trying to, you know, set it up for more stuff to come through, you know.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, so
Elizabeth.
Let everybody know where you from.
Oh, I'm from New Jersey, city called Elizabeth. We call it Eastwick. Born and raised, you know what I mean? A lot of talented people out of there doing their thing. DJ Cool V, that's, you know, he from there, but and everything, and just grinding, man. That city that, you know, overlook, however you want to call it, but we coming, you know, so you know, a lot of fresh things coming forward, you know, big time, you know.
Yeah, we had a guy on last night, man. He was saying that Jersey is interesting when it comes to, well, we had two artists on and they both were from Jersey. You know, the first guy was saying, you know, if you from northern Jersey, you basically from the city, you basically from New York City, and if you from northern Jersey, more southern Jersey, more Philly based. And then one guy was just saying like Jersey tried to define their own sound when they should have just probably got on with the New York wave in hip hop.
I think, you know what, I think it is separate like that, I think, and shit. Because like South Jersey be a whole nother different world and shit. You know what I mean? Much respect to all my South Jersey brothers, sisters too. But I mean, I think, you know, Jersey got caught up into that house sound. You know, no disrespect to that. I mean, I get motherfuckers out to the club and shit and out to the dance floor. But I think that was always the separation with, you know, if you up north, you kind of had that New York sound and that vibe. If you was, you know, down south, you had that Philly vibe and whatnot. But I mean, Jersey got a sound, man, that is it's its own. But the thing is, it's like Jersey in a sense don't have no scene, so it's like ain't nothing really like super to us in a sense. Like it's like, all right, that's just that shit. But you know, I think each little pocket is coming along with some innovative shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? Newark always been like Mecca and shit, you know what I mean, of what's been going on in Jersey. And shout out to all them brothers. Like that's our next door neighbor. And then, you know, you got like a lot of small towns and pockets out there. You know what I mean? Shout out to Roselle, got some brothers coming out.
Shout out
there.
Roselle USA.
Yeah,
we had the
USA.
Homie Crutch Calhoun on a few months ago.
Yeah, he doing his thing, man. Salute to that brother. You know what I mean? That's like a next door neighbor. That's all Union County. So, you know what I mean? I got love for like everybody in Union County and whatnot. And I mean, Jersey on the whole general, you know, but I think, you know, we gotta like kick our way in though. That's the thing. It's like ain't nobody giving us shit. So, you know, we just gotta be like, fuck it, we're gonna take it. You know what I mean?
Hey, speaking of not giving y'all shit, man, Fab said y'all ain't never getting the Nets back.
Yeah, that's a fucked up move. Anyway, I mean, you know, I don't think we even really repped the Nets until they had Jason Kidd and shit, like, and it was on their sprout, like, because I mean, I remember some time back, like, my boy, I was in school and shit, and he from Tampa. He was like, all right, man, I'm a Knicks fan, like, I'm a diehard Knicks fan, like Jersey, like what, like we wasn't even really rocking with the Nets a lot. I think until they had that run and everything with Kid and and whatnot. I think that put them up on the map.
Kenyon Martin, all of them was balling then.
They was rocking. I was like, I used to get tickets to the game. My people, you know what I mean? Shout out to my people on Mel, you know what I mean? He used to work with them, give me tickets courtside and everything. I was like, damn, it felt like some like superstar shit, but it was rocking. It was a wonderful time back then. You know what I mean?
I was going to ask you ever watched that movie New Jersey Drive?
Yeah.
Was that real? Was that going on for real out there?
Hell yeah! Like Newark, look.
That's the first time
Newark
I heard
is a big city. I got nothing. I love Newark. I mean, shit. We used to run over there and go shopping and shit. That hop on the 24 bus, go to Newark and everything, and it's a different world. Yeah, they were stealing them cars like that, man. A lot of times they was coming to Elizabeth, like we right next door on the borderline. They was like coming right to Elizabeth and taking them, because it was like some little bit of suburb area around the outskirts of Newark, as far as Elizabeth, you know what I mean? And I got my car stolen, right? You know what I mean? I don't know if it was somebody, but I don't know if it was somebody from Newark, but that's where it ended up getting found in Newark. So, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that was money, man. They still do that shit now. Like, shit, you got dudes, man. They look, if you can get that car, man. They had a show where the CBP was always checking the containers of the ports over there because they saying that it's fruits and vegetables in that shit, but they open it up. It's a whole bunch of 5.0 Mustangs in there.
Car parts and all that. Now that was real. Like that New Jersey Drive, like Newark was like the car stealing capital of the world. Like, you know what I mean? It's hard though. Yeah, it's a different world. Like my friend back in the day, dude came from Tampa, Florida. He thought he was in New York, but he was in New York. He was in Newark and whatnot. And,
it depends how you say it, huh?
Yeah, you know what I mean. If you say it slow, you in Newark. You say it fast, you in New York and shit. But yeah, he was like, he thought he was in New York. Like, nah, this is Newark. But and I have some friends and shit from Brooklyn and whatnot. They be thinking Jersey niggas crazy. They be thinking we crazy. I be like,
yeah.
So but all our news and shit is from the news that we have, especially up north, is all about New York. We hear, all our stations is New York. And they'll be looking at us like New York niggas be like, them niggas in Jersey is crazy. But as far as the Nets, I mean, we got to hope Shaq probably put something else at that stadium and we get another basketball team. But I mean, we ain't getting them back. They rocking. I mean, shit, Brooklyn took them and owned them. I mean, you got, you give them that.
I bought season tickets this year too, man. Well, I ain't buy them on my own. Me and my father-in-law and my brother-in-law, we put in on 2 tickets. This shit came with $13,000 for 2.
Well, I'm gonna say salute to the Knicks, winning I guess 8 straight games, you know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to Knicks. The Knicks right now, they keeping their loyal fans on that side right now, because a lot of them been teetering like, damn, I'm gonna rep the Nets now.
Or, no, you know what I mean? That's my second. A lot of niggas like that's my second team and shit. You know what I mean? They know won that.
They know exactly what they did because they got Randall over there hooping, but then they went and got Rose too, and they got Thibodeau. They know what they was doing. They got
Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson be balling too. So it's like they got a squad, but you know what it is? They got to get past the fact that they got that stigma of the Knicks in their mind too. They got to, once they get all of that out their mind, like, yo, we really some niggas that can play basketball. And not just we the Knicks and the Knicks suck and all of that. They gonna be all right, and that's what the coach is doing. He getting that stigma from like y'all. I mean, y'all are the Knicks, but y'all know y'all can play good and be the Knicks. You know when the cousin call you from. It's like when the cousin call you from jail, nigga. You reading books and working out, nigga. You could do that here. You could do that outside of the jail.
I think Derrick Rose telling them that. He probably telling them that.
he giving them that
too. That's that veteran in the field right there. Word up.
You don't think it, man? I know he was probably happy as hell when he got Derrick Rose.
Look, I'm really kind of upset because, be honest, I turned my cable off. I was like, man, I'm just fucking with the internet. So I wasn't because I was like, I don't need this. I ain't even watching MSNG and shit no more. Because they suck. The Knicks ain't even playing good now. These motherfuckers playing good. I gotta figure out
I gotta get the MSG joint back, huh?
Yeah, I gotta figure out how I can get it. You know what I mean? I know there's some loopholes or somewhere in this shit.
It's some shit out there. So how long you actually been rapping?
Man, shit. Like some years, man. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this.
All day.
I came out like with actually I kind of got my real start really professional on with DJ Mr. Lynn from he used to be with the group Company Flow. And he took me on tour, me and my boy Kite. Shout out to my boy Kite, of course. You know what I mean? So we're like 20 years or some shit with this, man.
So you seasoned. Yeah.
So
I know the game.
To DJ Mr. Lynn, man, like, believed in us and, took us on the road and shit, took us on tour with him on his compilation album. And, then going through life and shit, you have some setbacks in life. I was young as hell on Jordan, not knowing shit about the game or nothing, but just happy to be going there, you know what I mean, rolling and performing and shit. So,
they said,
you learn some things.
They said Shock G just passed away.
Yeah, rest in heaven.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Live in heaven. Yeah, I just seen that too. Yeah, we losing a lot of cats, man. I'm like,
and it's like the girls, it's like Lady Miz just said, man, you gotta start, we gotta give them their flowers now.
True.
You feel me? Because it's like she said, we've been talking about this before on here too, man. We the only genre that be like, oh, that nigga too old and washed up. Like, shit, motherfucking Garth Brooks, any of them throwing a concert right now?
We got Ozzy Osbourne still doing
Ozzy Osbourne, you know what I mean? Concerts. We like the only culture that had like an age limit on the shit. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like fuck it, change it now. Like, man, we got adult contemporary rap now. Like, you know what I mean? I think now hip hop don't grew up. There's a whole new genre for us and shit. And no salute to the young cats that do their music. And I tell cats, like older cats or whatever, I'm an OG too in the sense. Fuck it, I am OG because I got a lot of young motherfuckers under me, and I got kids, so I am OG. So with that shit, so I be telling them, like, look, you can't hate on that shit. That's just a different era. And first and foremost, the motherfuckers ain't making the music for you. They're making it for motherfuckers who was like 15, 18. You know what I mean? So if you not hating on it, it's like, nigga, we ain't really even making it for you. So you know what I mean? And I think, but what they done is they preserve the culture because we need all hip hop. I've always said this, that we always need every aspect of hip hop, from the conscious to the, you know what I mean? I think they all, even the MC Hammers played the part in preserving this culture. The Will Smiths, even those cats, and then the hardcore cats, they all played the part in preserving this culture so that it can continue going on. And hip hop has grown up, so it's like, damn, now we at that point where it's like, yo, we want to hear that adult contemporary hip hop. That hip hop now, and it'd be like, shit, I feel good listening to it.
Like,
he bring up a good point, because like you said, hip hop is actually grown up in the scheme of the genres, because
hip hop really in a minute.
Rap came out in
it's 55 years old.
Yeah, it came out like what? How old is it?
Hip hop is about probably 55 years old now.
70s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah. That's the last someone told me that shit is like that. So
you're right, because shit, them when hip hop started, people like Ozzy Osbourne was already out. About
exactly. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all it really was. Is like them were the pioneers, and they was starting it. So
we gotta bring it, because we the generation that's gonna make that adult contemporary hit.
Yes. And I was listening, and I was like, I was listening to.
Oh, my bad. But they said it's 44 because it was born August 11, 1973.
So hip hop is 44.
No, 54.
Yeah, that's that was in 17 years, 1973. How old is that?
Nah, you 73, 70. I'm 41 and was born in 80.
Yeah, so, I'm 45. Shit.
So 73 would be 7 years older than me. So 48.
Yeah, 48. Yeah. There you go.
So 48 years old, because like the Canes and the Rakims, they in their 50s, right?
Yeah, I mean,
they should be in their 50s.
Yeah, but when you even look back to Sugar Hill Gang, like, you know what I mean? When was?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. That was
That was a little bit before Grandmaster Cash
and Run DMC and you right.
That came before them. You know what I mean?
So we that generation that should be pushing we should be looking for adult contemporary releases to come out so that we can support.
Yes,
and we've heard some dope music from.
Salute to Nas. Much respect for that Grammy. You know what I mean? Like when you listen to that album, that was like a real adult album. Like you listen to it, it makes you feel good. If you somebody in your 40s and shit, like, I can listen to this shit. Like, man,
that's how I feel listening to it too.
You know what I mean? You go listen to like like let's say I can't think of anyone young that's out right now, but pop. Young
you can't get it. You can't really jump on it because you like that's some little nigga shit in the way. Like,
I ain't really. It's dope. The beat dope. I'll dance to that shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, they can be like, I popped 20 sands, fucking the bitch all night. I'm like, I can't do
none of that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I get drunk now, and I'm like, I need 2 days to motherfucking recover. I'm like, I'm just keeping it real, like. So
you fall asleep. You fall asleep after that. You be like, oh, they got drink too much.
That shit dope, man. And my theory is too. I always said that like real hardcore. Like this is like a theory and shit. I think like trap music is for like conscious, like the people who go to work and shit, like corporate America, because they really know like it's just music, so don't go out there and shoot a motherfucker and shit like that. And I think conscious music is for the thugs, the niggas in the street. Because, like, this shit make me think. I don't want to kill a nigga. You know what I mean? So I think it's a reverse psychic on it and whatnot. But, I mean, I love all of the music and the new joint. I think they preserve the culture and shit. Be honest with you, the motherfuckers don't give dope shows. So motherfuckers still want to go see, you know what I mean? So they keep the shit open for us once the shit open back up. You know what I mean? So,
all day. How would you describe your sound?
My sound is raw in the sense of where it's straightforward, where it's like, I give you the lyrics, the words, and I give you a part of me of what I'm doing and where I come from, you know what I mean? Telling the story. Now my story and my new music and everything is about me at this age, the 40-year-old version of me, you know what I mean? Telling where I came from and where I'm going, this all is a means of me to another means in the sense of shit. I'm a barber, have a barbershop and shit. So I'm constantly always using music to promote me as a barber, and me being a barber promoting Steadyroc life, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? I think everybody should go out there and continue the Steadyroc life, live the best life you can motherfucking live. Cause shit, ain't none of us getting out of this shit alive. So do what you do,
You got that right.
No, that's real talk.
Hey, and a lot of this shit for legacy now, because I had some, situations, shit. I got married. I had to stop doing the music. I got divorced, had a family, loved all that. That was a beautiful, epic time in life. But, it passed and went on. But shit, then technology hit was like, damn.
I could have stayed married.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, but technology hit, and I had time, you know what I mean? Now I'm like, oh shit, I can do
I could have made this work. Yeah. So that led me to that would lead me to my next question too. Is like 20 years. You say you rapping for about 20 years, something like that. So what's changed? And I guess that's what's changed, like the way you can get the music out, and do the job. Yeah,
dude. And this shit, do what what I look at it like. I said at this point, it was like I appreciate the opportunities that I had doing music and and the experience in life and everything, and to be at this moment today healthy and in a good position. My kids love me and whatnot, and say, well, damn, guess what? You able to do your music and leave a legacy, like regardless of anything that if you put it out there, handle your paperwork or whatever and all of that, that's out there. And that was the one thing that I always was worried about, was like, in the sense, like, damn, I was doing this music for a minute and whatnot, but like, I got all this material. Damn, something happened. Like, I want this shit to live on. You know what I mean? Live on. Like, so for me, it's about a legacy, to continue doing it and to leave something behind, that outlives you, that, small story real quick. Let's go how I got back started. into doing the music because I stopped, live life, got married and all that. So
yeah,
small story. That's what started the whole process of this. The song "Much Respect" that was the first joint on these like 7 songs EP, but it was all put out as singles. My son was making a beat on my motherfucking iPhone on that GarageBand, and I don't had this program on my phone for maybe years. Every time I had an iPhone, didn't know how to work it. So one day he just made a beat. I'm like, damn, how you make that beat? He's 10 years old. Yeah. I was like, yo, I used to rap. He was like, you used to rap? Yeah, you used to rap. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to prove to you. I'm going to make a song to this. And all I had planned was I'm going to make a song to it real quick and let him hear it. Then from that, one thing led to another, found out another studio to start going to. You know what I mean? Shout out to Rush Studio up in Caldwell. Word up. Then somebody let me know, yo, you can put this on streaming platforms and all that. I was like, word, you could do that? It's going to be on Spotify? I'm like, yeah, this is, shout out to my boy CR for putting young generation, young cats doing their thing. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, okay. So then that led to, next thing you know, putting out a song, then motherfuckers enjoying hearing that and getting back in the studio and then creating a whole company to this shit. You know what I mean? Steadyroc Life Entertainment. And to say that, my son, I'm still not his favorite rapper, but he do think it's cool that I rap. So, you know what I mean? That keeps me motivated. You know what I mean?
Did you jump on the beat he made?
Yeah, I did it. The beat he made. The first song is Much Respect. It's a
that was to the beat he made.
Yeah, that was to the beat he made. So that's out. I only did that song at first just thinking we was gonna listen to it. It's something that me and my son can listen to and whatnot. I didn't know that with technology, oh shit, that you can put this
I'm gonna drop this out, yeah.
And when motherfuckers Shazam and shit, it comes up. Oh, this is by Samuel Steadyroc, produced by, Chase Dollars and shit. I'm like, damn, I gave my son the credit on this and everything.
Is he producing now?
Nah, he into playing football. That's the thing. He just did that one beat, and then I had to figure it out on my own and go do it. But he's 12 years old, so you know what I mean? I let him live his life. But
I was over here laughing, man, because you was like, you said you didn't know how to do it, but you said he knew how to do it. He was 10 years old. Yeah. That's how that shit be, though, man. You like, damn, how you
you take this, move it. I don't know how you make that beat like that. He's like, oh, I took this from over here, took this over here. I'm like, damn, I don't have this on my phone for years. I ain't never even got that far. I was like, oh shit! So I was like, yo, I used to rap. You used to
man,
rap. Yeah.
The pastor at the church texted me yesterday. He said, hey, if you got a moment, can you help me? I'm trying to find out the password to one of the websites on my phone. I'm like,
how you supposed to know that?
Yeah, how you know your password, bro?
Because I had told him on the phone, the iPhone, the iPhone will store a password if you click save. And so now when you go on that website again on your phone, it'll log in automatic. So he was like, oh, can you show me how to do that thing where if the password save in your phone, because I can't get into my Fiverr account. But I was like, dang, but that be making me feel good because when I do it for him, he be like, hey, look, I know it ain't shit to do it, but he be like, man, can I ask you a question? I'm like, well, he said, how you know how to do all this stuff with the phones and stuff? I'm like, oh man, I be so fun. I don't even know how to give a good answer. I just be feeling good. I be like, well, shoot, man, I had the phone and I just be messing with it and I figured it out. But he be thinking I'm like a mastermind with their iPhones.
Yeah, all right, man. Look, shit. I was like, bro, I was amazed how he figured that out and whatnot. So
that's how it be though, man.
Yeah.
My dad used to play we used to play Nintendo with him. And we'll be playing Mario, jumping with him, we jumping with Mario. He'd be like, yo, let me see that controller. So we give him the controller. Mm-hmm. So he doing this with the controller and shit. Like, yeah, I'm like, he like, yo, get this goddamn controller. Mario won't fucking jump. I'm like, nigga, you doing this ain't gonna make. You gotta push. I'm like, look, you doing too much work. If you just sit there and push A,
yeah,
he gonna jump. But he like jumping with his hand, and he's so mad he can't do it. So he mad at us because we know how to do it the right way.
Now Mario, you even take that back. You remember how to get all of the whole bunch of men and shit from Mario Brothers?
I forgot how to do that.
Yeah. I think it was board 3. or something, World 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
As soon as you about to don't go, you're not gonna finish the game, but right before you get to that the tower to go up and get the flag, it's a duck that's coming down. You gotta stand right at the bottom and press the button to jump. But when you jump, catch him at the right time, and he's gonna keep jumping.
He's gonna keep bouncing back.
Yeah,
and it's gonna keep adding up.
Yup, and keep adding up.
You remember that?
Yeah, you get about like 100 men and shit. And you could do that in the video game store. Yeah, so you will be playing the video game forever on one quarter.
Oh,
yeah. That used to be the shit.
Contra had the joint for the But then Punch Out had it, so you can go fight. You can go straight to Tyson.
Wow!
But you're gonna lose though. But still, you just want to play. You don't want
to go through all of them.
That's probably one of the hardest games ever played. Was that one trying to beat Tyson?
You said when that nigga start blinking, you better move.
Oh man, that was a game.
You start blinking real quick on your ass. You better move.
You play games now, or are you just doing?
No, not really. Just music and cutting hair, and that's it.
That's
all my life is cutting hair. That's my life. Cutting hair, music. Spend time with my son. I used to coach football, but I took the year off for coaching on football this year. So I was like, I'm just going to, manage my son, because he plays football. So I was like, I'm gonna be your trainer, but so that I can spend more time on music. And I opened my own barbershop, more of this time a personal barbershop. So strictly like just, by appointment only, like a private shop and whatnot. And I actually appreciate it that way more because that gives me more time to spend more time with the music. Because for me,
that barber life crazy, right? That barber life be crazy when you're trying to bounce around and find a home, and you got to be able to mesh with the other personalities of the barbers and all of that.
I think I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, because I can't knock the barbershop. Shout out to Uppercuts, giving my shot. Straight up shout out to Gifted for giving me my shot too. Barbershop that gave me my opportunity to build my clientele so that I can do it this way. Because if you don't have clientele, you can't be a private barbershop. You know what I mean? So shout outs to the barbershops that gave me the opportunity to be, a private barber and whatnot. Because that's why I built up my clientele. But now that I'm doing it this way, it's like I love it. But what I also realize is like, damn, being a barber for like over 20 years, like short story, my cousin told me one time, now this dude, hustler, getting money out in the street and shit, doing this thing. Like me, I was a bystander and, be there, try to get it, but I ain't never make it to big time status or nothing. Thank God or whatever. But salute to those who, and tip my hat off to those who did the time, whatever had to do. But he said something that made a lot of sense. He was like, man, damn, bro, you was a barber for like 20 years. You ain't never had to change your profession. That helped you eat. For all them years, that's what you was doing. He said, man, shit, I sold drugs. I had to cut that shit out and get a job. I was like, wow. He was, I was like, damn.
He put it in perspective for you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He was like, I had to cut that shit out and eventually now get a job. You know what I mean? Salute to him, doing his thing, driving trucks. You know what I mean? So that's that one quick shout out. That's that whole Black Puma shit. You know what I mean? My bad, bro.
No, I was saying I just had a situation with the bar. Man, I'm a loyal dude. So man, what happened was when I moved, I'm in Brooklyn. So when I moved here, I was getting cut by a dude for like 5 years, right? So they shopped the owner came in on a Friday and told them, look, man, y'all gotta be out there by tomorrow.
Wow.
So I ain't know what he was gonna do, so I went and got another barber. So maybe like it took like a month or two. My old barber and the other boy that was cutting with him, they opened up their own shop, their own person, just them two in there. But I had been going to the new dude for 2 months.
Wow.
So as my old barber, should I have just went back to my old one or stay with the new one?
If you loyal, if your old barber, if you know what he do, you know what I mean? You know what he capable of doing. So, I always say it's good that I don't take it as no disrespect. It's always good to have an extra barber and someone else who can cut your hair. Cause
like sometimes you never know what happened, right? Dude might not be able to he might have a family emergency, go on vacation. Yeah,
I think it's important, you know.
Yeah, because I was like, damn, am I cheating on the barber because I ain't go to him no more? Or...
They will feel like that though.
But he a good dude, man. You know what he told me? I went. So what happened was, I was with the new barber for like, I had to be with the new barber for like 2 years.
Okay.
So, man, he one of those dudes. He one of them dudes that he bounced from shop to shop. He ain't found a home and stuff like that. That's how I'm chasing him around to the new shop. So then one day he was just like, hey man, I'm gonna hit you back and let you know what's up. He ain't never called me back. So I went back to the old barber and he told me some crazy. I had seen him for like 2 years. He was like, man, and I had like 25 on me. He wanted, I think it was like the cut was 25, but I usually give a $5 tip. So I didn't have the 30. So I was like, yo, man, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna go to the ATM, get some money, and pay you the. He was just like, man, that $5 you gonna pay me, you pay me that just by coming back to me and see me.
Yes.
I was like, oh shit. So I ain't never gonna probably get another barber. I would just stay with my old dude.
You gotta be loyal to your barber, man.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, look, if they've been cutting your hair good, you know, eventually shit happens in the world. That's why I said it's nothing wrong with having a backup barber, because if you got a good barber, shit, it's likely that motherfucker's gonna be booking them. You know what I mean? So you might not get to him when you want to get to him or something. But it's cool that you wait. But I respect that in the whole barber trade, because that's one thing I always tell motherfuckers, like, man, I ain't worrying about no tip. The tip is you coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, like just as much as I think, like they thank me for giving them a nice haircut. I'm like, nigga, I'm thanking you for coming to get a haircut.
For keeping your appointment and not hitting me with some at the last minute, like, yo, I can't. And my barber now, he be like, man, and you know what it is? We getting our feelings too as a client, because it's like, all right, you don't think the nigga probably is booked, and you calling him the day of trying to get a cut, and he like, yo, I really ain't got shit open, bro. And you like, fuck that nigga, man. I'm going to the other barber around the corner.
Yo, word up.
And then at the end of the day, you be like, yo, I probably should have called the nigga like 2 days prior, because but what he would do, man, he would always make time for me. So that one day he did it, I felt like a little bitch. I'm like, oh, nigga fucking ain't got no time for me, man. Because that nigga be like, because out here, that nigga be like, come at 1 a.m, I got you. And I'll take my black ass around the corner and go up there. But that one day, he didn't even have a midnight slot for me. I was tight, bro. I was like, all right. I ain't fucking with that nigga. I'm going to the other one.
That always happened, man. And I think that's the one thing too. I think I would say I miss. I enjoy cutting, like being a private barber, because what happened was through COVID and everything, man. The barbershops had to shut down, so I had to like readjust. You know what I mean? So I ended up setting up a shop in a private on business area location, like a studio, and booking it by appointment. And I enjoyed it, but sometimes I get back, I miss that environment of the barbershop, because it was just, it felt like, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
family.
Old politicking, like, you know what I mean? You can come talk, what's going on, current events, and just having fun, bugging out. So I definitely, in a sense, missed that a little bit, but I mean,
COVID messed that up too, because like he was saying, his regular, the regulars that was coming once a week, every 2 weeks. Them motherfuckers start coming like every 3 months.
Yeah.
They like, I don't need a cut. I ain't going to work.
I used to have cats come. I got cats come every week, and then once a month and whatnot. I mean, but it due to my situation, I was just fortunate and blessed to have be blessed with a clientele. Like, I've been doing it for a while. So, so it's like I was fortunate enough to be blessed with a clientele that like, yo, I'm going to see Steady, you know what I mean? So
all day,
and definitely just that right there alone, I think being a barber just prepares me like to be in the music industry, because it's my ultimate goal of it. I love the music business as well, so I eventually want to take other artists and show them the steps I did, and give them an opportunity, show them how to do it, and keep their own publishing and all of that shit. So, but I think it's definitely I think we have to collab and network with other people, man. I'm always down for that, you know what I mean, and make more opportunities and make more music.
All day. Are you with a label? Are you with a label now? Or are you independent?
Nah,
right now?
I'm with my own label, Steadyroc Life Entertainment. So that's independently me doing it. Steadyroc Life Entertainment. You know, shout out to some of my helpers and networks and team. That be put me on a lot of game, a lot of industry things, the testing room. Definitely shout out to them and whatnot. So But yeah, independently, man, holla at me. You know what I mean? Holla at me.
Yeah.
Holla at me.
All day.
Word up. So
looking at your bio, I see you say you inspired by Jay-Z and Nas. So what inspired you? It's probably obvious. It's probably obvious how you was inspired by them, but we were just having this debate on a website, me and Poe, and we in a group. Who won that battle for real?
When you say the battle,
what song? Okay. There we
Nas
go.
won the battle. But
who you got? You had Nas too? Yeah, a lot of cats. It was a cast that was saying somebody, because what started the debate was somebody posted Takeover and was like, Nas ain't had a chance. I'm like, how could you even say you can't even use Takeover as the I'm like, shit, man, Nas made a whole song.
Ether.
He made the whole song.
I think that was the one time in the sense, excuse me, that was like the one time in the sense that one song just destroys shit almost, you know what I mean? Besides The Bridge Is Over, you know what I mean? But
yeah, shout out. But yeah, I was thinking, I was like, I said, man, I don't think no rapper could have survived a song like a Ether if Nas was to target that song towards you. Plus, he had so much personal stuff to like.
Yeah, it was hard.
You're like, yo, you basically like one of my fans in a way, like,
yeah.
And I'm gonna destroy you like that. And to go back to the album, he went against what his fans wanted and got a Grammy. His true fans didn't like him making a whole album with Hit Boy, because Hit Boy is like a newer producer and all of that. He got his start with, because Nas ain't really had no beats coming up. I'm a West Coast cat originally. We didn't really fool with Nas like that because we didn't like the beat selection on Illmatic. It was just
I understand that, because it was a real hip hop, like it was a nod your head, and I think Nas always kind of been like a nod your head rapper rather than get you on the dance floor in the sense that it was an East Coast album, you know what I mean? So I can understand but from a lyrical aspect, I think people gravitated to it. But shout out to shit, man. You had Premier on there.
Yep. Everybody on Illmatic. But go ahead. But at that time, go ahead, Paul.
I say he had AZ on there.
Poe love AZ. Poe put me on AZ though. AZ got some shit though.
Yeah, AZ.
He put me on.
Those cats is beasts.
Are you listening? You listening to your current rappers right now?
I'm listening to me and shit, but shout out to Black Thought. You know what I mean? I'm diving into that. The Nas album, that was the last joint. I was just riding in my whip for keeping that on constant play. I got like a iTunes where I just be picking a couple of songs. I be supporting the local artists and whoever and whatnot. But the Nas album was the last thing that really.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the track that I fool with off of there. Real hard is the.
I like that Full Circle.
Yeah, the Full Circle hard.
I like that All Bad. So
I like Till the Wars Won.
I like
on the Nas joint.
What was the one with Lil Durk?
That might be it. Hold on. Till the Wars
Won.
Yeah, that joint hard.
Yeah. I like how he brought the younger generation into it and whatnot. Benz, Well, you know, definitely.
Oh yeah, yep.
You know,
even the spicy joint, joint with Fivio Foreign, I was like, okay, but he did his thing on it, and it was deserving of a Grammy in my opinion. But like Poe said, we should be worried about winning the Black Awards, more than the Grammy.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, from a musician standpoint, I mean, look, it ain't a musician in the world that probably, I mean, may not accept it, but be in a sense honored that you get it. But yeah, you know, our award is most important to, you know, the people, our people, the black people, you know what I mean? So it's definitely important, you know what I mean? So whatever accolades you get from there, from your people, it's like,
you should be foremost. Soul Train Award more than anything, or BET Award.
Yeah,
your people, shit, they be hyped about Grammy or Billboard. Like, man, come on now.
Yeah, when you pay for your Billboard spot. Right? Yeah. And I think I'm just glad that it came to a point where, as though, I mean, you know, that I can do it because I love it. And, you know, and enjoy, and I'm in a good position in life, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it's enjoyable, you know what I mean, right now. Just like even for me with cutting, everything, you get it more into a better position in life. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a business and you want to make money off of it and figure out whichever way you can grow your brand, you know. But I think in the whole scheme of things, you got to be able to enjoy it, you know.
Right. Everybody got their place in the race, man. Yeah. Everybody ain't got to be in the front. Everybody, there's some people in the back who are gonna be successful too, man. You just gotta wait your turn and stay in your lane. And stop. Don't try to be like what everybody else is doing.
Exactly.
You know, keep your style. Shit, that's your style, man. Keep it.
Yeah. I mean, when your style is you, it's hard to, you know, be anybody else because everybody else take it. You know what I mean? That's why I put my original name in there. Like, look, it's Samuel. I want you to know who I am. You know what I mean? So
they're like, why you looking at all these Spanish words? You like, nigga, I'm finna drop a J Balvin track on their ass. Like, no, nigga, you can't do J Balvin.
Yeah, I don't know who that
what
is.
You trying to learn Spanish for that? That's the dude on the I Like It Like That Cardi B song. He rapping the Spanish, but it's like you got dudes trying to like, oh, I gotta wait till I hit him with my Spanish reggaeton track. Nigga, you don't do reggaeton. What you trying to do reggaeton for? Yeah, they just trying anything out there, man. But look, we're gonna let them hear this No Joke. We're gonna run that for the people, man. So what's that about, and what project is that on?
That is just you know what it is. I just been dropping singles, man. It's just been dropping a single, and that's just the one that my team and I just thought was like, shout out to Black Puma, Operation Black Puma. And, you know, it was just like, we just thought this was a hard one. Like, yo, put some work behind it. You know what I mean? Let's put some push behind it. You know, it's hard. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to win the hard battles and then they listen to your whole story and shit. You know what I mean? But it was like, yo, let's get them with this. And it's like, yo, it's no joke. Get busy. You know, it's just about lyrical hip hop, you know, and hard bass line and shit.
Let's do it. Let's get into it. Into it. This is No Joke. This is by the homie Steadyroc. Shout out Jersey.
Yes. Eastwick. You know it. Operation Black Puma. Yeah. Come on. Get this. Come on. Get this.
I ain't no joke, raw like Colombian coke. You better go first, cause after me, yo, you gon' freeze and choke. I am the top choice, not a runner, the boss. You a block boy, I bring more noise. I'm a big truck, you just a Tonka toy. Stepped on, son, you will be destroyed. So avoid confrontation. The Jersey native, the all amazing. You can't phase them, I stand strong. I spit hot lines and I make a hot song. I'm not a terrorist, but I am the bomb. Do what I do what I does. And when it gets done, don't ask what I did. So put your hands up and do what I do. A two-step head nod, that's the right vibe, do it. Just do it. Come on, do it. Just do it. I'm the complete package, so send your money order to the listed address as seen on television. Yo, you can't buy this in the stores. So while supplies last, you better get yours before the re-up. You running out of time. This is unlimited. You running out of minutes. Finish before you began. I'm the talk of the streets without a record deal. Cause I make deals with a felony record. I'm the shit. And when I'm done, you still gonna smell it. Ew. That dude nasty as hell. And when it's said and done, I'm still gonna post a bail. And that's for real. And that's for real. Do what I do what I does. And when it gets done, don't ask what I did. So put your hands up and do what I do. A two-step head nod. That's the right vibe. Do it. Just do it. Come on, do it. Get busy, just get busy. Come on, get busy, just get busy. Come on, get busy, just get busy. Come on, get busy, just get busy. I walk that walk, I don't talk. I spit fire, pull the alarm. My CD's the bomb. See this ice on my arm? Ain't nothing nicer than mine. The no-seed reefer smoker, the supplier. See me posted up, I am just that flyer. I move with a movement. This is more than just music. This is really what I'm doing. This is really what it is. This is really what I live. I'm overconfident and plus I'm high. Stay above shit. 747 up in the sky. Let me tell you something. You ain't hear nothing. There's more to the saga. It's a movement. Black Puma partner.
Black Puma partner.
On the mic, I'm Grizzy. Hit Frisbee, make them fetch it. Bring me back, bitch, catch it. I'm about to wreck it. I'm on the mic. My nigga Poe politicking and steady. We on the block with the crack like Franklin on the snowfall. Oh, nah,
DJ period. Poe politicking. The two black brothers, yeah, fly guys, steady rock, stay high, get mine. I don't try to get by, but when I do time, yeah, just a little bit, figured it out. Now I'm on some new shit, about to get out. Come around, flipped it out. Yeah, my name is Steady Rock, without a doubt. Oh shit.
Man, shout out, that joint bang.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And shout out for coming through and politicking with us, man. We appreciate you coming through, bro.
Yo, appreciate you having me, man. For real, yo. You know what I mean? I was definitely like checking out the show. I was like, man, the vibe is real, man, with them cats. I was like, I can't wait to get the opportunity to sit down and conversate with you brothers, man, for real.
Much respect, sure. You know what I
mean?
So when you was hearing our girl talking about police brutality, man, and the verdict, real quick before we go, man, how did that verdict affect you? And what was you thinking when it came down?
I mean, I was, we always, I was worried that we wouldn't get a verdict. I mean, straight up, motherfucker needs you did wrong. You killed the motherfucker and you did it purposely. I'm glad he got that. But I felt as though like that's just the battle. That's just one battle. Like we still got to fight this war. You know what I mean? We still got to say something. Salute. I got a record with Sadat X. Say something. You know what I mean? That's out. But definitely, like we got to just keep putting the president. I think present black excellence. You know what I mean? I like to say, I'm unapologetically black because I'm black. This is who I am, and I'm not pro-black because I love. There's some white people I know, you know what I mean, that I got love for, got real love for. I got some, and I love my people. I love who I am, you know what I mean? And I think we still got work, not just as us as black folks, us as a world, you know what I mean, as a country. There's work, but I think we're making progress, small progress, but we make.
I said, and I think we got to take that in our own hands, like for example, when all this was happening and the trial was over, CNN played this show. It was a documentary about this lady whose son was killed by the KKK in 1983, something like 1981. Her son was killed by the KKK in Mobile, Alabama. I ain't know nothing about this till 2021, but it was a situation where her son was killed by the KKK. Her son was killed. They said he maybe committed a crime because he was found hanging in the tree or whatever. The mom was like, nah, KKK did this. I don't care what nobody said. Luckily, Alabama had a black U.S. attorney. He was like the only black U.S. attorney. He was like, nah, this looked like some hate crime stuff or whatever. So the mom, the KKK in Mobile was like one of the most powerful and most violent KKK units that was out at the time. So they was like, nobody wanted to touch it. Jeff Sessions was was in charge there. Okay. He whatever, and the black, but it was a black AUSA, a U.S. attorney who spearheaded everything. He actually got the FBI to get involved, and they started looking at this KKK unit in Mobile, like, okay, maybe they might have something to do with it. So over like a few weeks, they questioned them, and then one of them finally said, okay, we was mad that there was a black dude who was on trial for killing a white dude. The guy got off. So they was like, since he got away with killing a white dude, we gonna go kill a black dude. So they killed the dude, and they found out the KKK did it. One dude got life, and one dude got the electric chair. That was the only KKK dude ever executed in the history of the United States. Wow. The mom sued the KKK. She won $7 million. The only time the KKK has ever been sued, the only time the KKK has ever had any type of civil lawsuit against them was that where the person won. Was that one case that happened in fucking 1983.
Wow. But you said that's the only time they had a black attorney general too, right?
But that's the only time they had a black U.S. attorney. But still, it's like, how come we just not heard about this story in 2021?
We ain't got no social media in 83.
Yeah. And nobody, that too. But ain't nobody even. But we not as a people like going to see like, damn, have we ever been able to fight against the white supremacy or this? But we hear about it because CNN decide to say, you know what? Let's put this story out about this lady in 83 who fought against the Ku Klux Klan and won.
Yeah, that's why we got to do a better job of. It's like outlets out there that be teaching you stuff. You got to find them and learn from them. So it's like us, it's them and us. Like we can do a better job learning, and then they can do a better job putting it out in the news and stuff. But
I think it's the most informed generation. I mean, so
out there now,
forward, so that's a good thing, and we taking advantage of it. And I'm all about black excellence. I think we are the new what you call it, the new privilege. You know what I mean? Like we gotta own it, like right now, and more people in office. You know what I mean? Regardless, but like. Black is beautiful, and that's what it is.
That's a fact.
And we gotta own that excellence too. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like, man, Crips, Bloods, man, if you ain't teaching a motherfucker how to be better homie, better father, better husband, better individual,
better man. Yeah. What's your purpose?
Finances, you know what I mean? Raising young men, like, so we can be black excellence to keep this generation going. Kings, and the earlier, the quicker. You know what I mean? And I think we there. We got a little bit more push. We don't need nobody else for nothing else, really.
Because we already know that they fear what we know. We know that already. We know, like, damn, we can't let these. And that's been happening since the 50s. That's been happening since the 50s. That's been since the 50s.
Who said this? He said, people fear what they can't understand, hate what they can't conquer. Guess this is the theory of man became a monster. Who was that? That's Nas. Yeah. You hate me now.
Oh yes. Yeah,
and that's true. That's true.
Yo.
That's why they. That's why they killed Sam Cooke.
Who stop a motherfucker? Like, like you gotta realize voting must be something really important. That you put a rule up that you gotta count some jelly beans in order to vote. Do some shit like that. You know what I mean?
And voting is powerful to where you say felons can't do it now.
Yeah.
Because you know what you did to a lot of black men out there by and with little shit like weed.
Well,
like now you're a felon because you sold some weed, but now weed legal and you can't vote.
And everything off of
now let me correct something a little bit. I think Well, I know it may be different in some other states, but I know in Jersey, once you get off of parole, you able to vote. Yeah, because I can.
California changed it too to where felons can vote now.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of places.
I voted. You know.
Well, that's something. It's always been like that. If you once you got off parole, you was good.
For the most part, like as I know in Jersey, like once you got off of parole,
so basically, an inmate can't vote. Then that's it. Basically,
that's it.
Okay.
If you locked up behind bars, you can't vote because you property of the state. You know what I mean? Right. So which is understandable. Now it's understandable. However, they got to fix that. The whole reform the prison system.
Well, they do that too to knock. COs in a way too. Like I used to work at a federal joint, so that thing right there got a lot of COs knocked too, where it was like you can't fuck no female inmate, bro. Like she can't, he or she can't consent. An inmate can't consent to sex because, like you said, you a ward of the state, you owned by the state. They tell you you can't have sex, so you can't have sex, so therefore. You can't consent to a sexual act, so therefore, if a CO have sex with you, you was raped by that CO.
Probably technically,
you was raped because you wasn't in the position to say, even though you liked it and you wanted it, if you wanted to bring charges, you legally, and that's what I don't like about shit like that too, because legally you could say I was raped because I was an inmate and I'm not, and I can't consent to the sexual act that was happening. I just seen 2 lieutenants I used to work with. One got like 50 years for that.
Man.
He was fucking on the ones that was about to get deported because he thought like, all right, they're gonna get deported, so this shit never gonna come back up. But they found out that if you was a victim of rape in the United States, you can get your citizenship. So they flipped it like, oh shit!
Right back, huh?
They put that shit right back on them, like, oh.
They're like, Holmes.
It's like I'm like now. Sometimes it's like, man, people like, fuck, I'm going to America for. Like, I'm trying to go to I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here or some shit. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
We gotta get our shit right. Like we really behind on a lot of shit.
Canada was the best country.
Yeah.
It's in Canada.
Yeah, I was reading this rating. U.S. was like number 5 or 6.
Yeah, we behind in a lot of shit.
Yeah, we behind.
Education sometimes, but we number one in weapons and shit.
Guns and shit, right? Yeah.
We number one in guns, killings. Yeah.
We know. Yeah, and we got to get past. I think that's the biggest thing is gun reform and gun control. Like. I don't know, man. These motherfuckers, like they said,
we're gonna save America.
No, they were saying anyway.
Black man is gonna save America.
But they were saying America anyway. It's like basically America ain't nothing but like the military, because all we do is like we came up off of wars.
Yeah.
Even like the first war, like the Revolution War, that war, American Revolution, the Civil War, Vietnam War, World War I, World War II, even the one. Man, I didn't know that war was still going on. I was like, damn, this shit still going on.
We number one in
Afghanistan was still going on. They said it's like the longest war.
Since 2003. I
did not know that shit was still going on.
Yeah, it's still the war on terror.
They didn't even say nothing about it. Oh, that's what they call it now. They call it the war on terror.
Yeah, it's the war on terror. Now that shit started off as OEF, OIF, OAF, OPF.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But it's only because it's something we getting something out of it.
Of course.
Besides fighting, that shit is like if we don't keep that going, niggas gonna be paying like $8 for gas for one. So it's like, we got to keep that stuff going, and it's that'll never end. The war on guns will never end. The war on immigration will never end, and the war on drugs will never end. That shit that's keeping niggas rich and employed in the country, because if you in all that, ain't nobody, man, you ain't gonna have no government agencies no more.
The war on sex crimes, but then I'll be like,
you'll never. Some
of that stuff like shouldn't be no damn sex crime. Like I don't think like no damn how they was trying to get Deshaun Watson. I don't think that should be no crime. I think that's some bullshit. I don't think you going to get a massage and whatever.
You saw what happened. You saw what happened with Deshaun Watson.
I'm not.
Oh yeah, he was trying to lead the Texans because he wanted to get traded. So shit, after he did that, about 20 girls came out saying he was sexually inappropriate with them during massages.
Oh, that's their job.
I'm like, hey,
yeah, fuck out of here. I was like, what?
I'm glad my masseuse is very cool.
I was like, nigga get arrested for that? I was like, what? I was like, the only reason he's not arrested because them girls found out how much money he was making. They was like,
all day. Hey, look, they know what it is when you get there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That felt a little happy ending. I mean,
like that's just what we. They know that. They know that. Offer that shit at the end. If you got the money, then you do. If you don't, then you just got a deep tissue. You just got a deep tissue joint. Get your ass arrested. Get the hell out of here. If you ain't got no extra money,
exactly. You know what I mean? You get what you pay for. You know what I mean?
Like, y'all gonna send me in jail over there? Y'all get the fuck on.
Yeah.
All day. But all right, Joe. Hey, look, everybody know how they can find you on social media, man. They can find the music before
right
you get out
now,
of here.
everything is SteadyRocLife.com. Definitely go there. You can, that links you up with everything. Instagram is Steadyroc Life at Instagram. Steadyroc Life. The music, man, just search anywhere. Samuel Steadyroc. And that's it, man. Like, you know what I mean? Shout out to Jersey. Shout out to Black Puma, shout out to Street Lock Entertainment. A lot of cats doing their thing, man. Just Eastwick, everything. You know what I mean? That's what it is. But SteadyRocLife.com, man. That's where you can find everything at. That's
all right,
what
for sure.
The whole thing is about, man.
You got to come back on, man. Holla at us.
I'm looking forward to doing this again, man. You know what I mean?
Word up. Sure.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, my man. Be good. One.
Yes.
I'll holler, bro. Peace, y'all.